everyone. Welcome to a Saturday or Sunday night late edition of Mayhem's Amigos. First, I've got to go ahead and explain that last night, if it could be a computer problem, it became a computer problem. Chris's computer went down. Mine decided to do complete updates like crazy. It was insane. And every time we tried to log on, just everything was going nuts. My computers, both of them, this one and the backup, decided at the same time they were going to update. And Chris's computer went on to like full-on crash city. It was insane. I could not believe what happened and how it happened. I was blown away by how insane last night really was. I understand that tonight, I'm doing the show tonight parallel with another one I love to watch. And that's kind of the beauty of this is, you know, if you think back 20, 25 years ago, and there was one show on at the same time as the other one, you almost had to go VHS in another room, or, you know, later on, of course, we got TiVo, and then after that was DVR. It was just, you know, you had to record it from one to be able to catch it on another one. But the beauty of this is, once this is done, I'm going to jump over and I'm going to turn on Cooking for the Poors, which my buddy Steve hosts, and is, you know, they say never trust a skinny chef. He is a living embodiment of that. And and it's funny because I made a lot of jokes. I really made a lot of jokes like, oh no, Steve's cooking, everybody's going to get dysentery. I made a lot of jokes about it. But I've got to be honest that I look forward to that show, and then come to find out, let's make it even worse. He does a great job with it, and I've tried a couple of his recipes and even modified them a little bit myself, and they turned out phenomenal. I was so impressed, and I love what Steve does with that show. So, I mean, I do look forward to it. Matter of fact, it's going live right now, so I know we're going to have kind of a thin chat room tonight because Steve is doing his show and he's cooking, but I'm excited to turn it on after this one and go ahead and watch it. And like I said, that's the beauty of streaming and the internet and where we're at with technology and where we're at as far as, you know, what's on when and being able to enjoy it. Oh, man. So to kind of get into this past week's been crazy. You know, of course, I've been out enjoying the new bike. Got over 500 miles on it in my first week. Love the new bike. I'm enjoying every minute of having that. I was actually back in enough time to do a show last night. It would have been late, but I was here to do it. If I hadn't had all the computer issues, I would have done a show. But nonetheless, we had a great time. I was out enjoying that. I'm now working on trying to get my way out of the semi, and I'm actually kind of excited for that. It's the next phase in my career. I had an interview. I was excited for the interview. I think the interview went very well. Everything was pointing to me that I had this job wrapped up until I got that infamous phone call back. And I was a little upset about it for a couple of reasons. Number one, human resources from this company knew I was on the motorcycle. And they call me back while I'm on my bike, knowing I'm not going to answer the phone while I'm on the bike, and leave a voicemail. And then when I call back, it took me, again, 4 different tries to get past the hold music and the automatic kick, because they just don't want to answer the phone. And I find that a little disturbing for a company that is trying to be a freight broker. You know, what a freight broker does is they take goods that need to be transported, so freight, and they set them up with a trucking company to move said freight. And then they monitor as that freight is moved from point A to point B. They work with the shipper, they work with the receiver. There's a lot of things that are involved in being a freight broker. And that's where the next step of my career is going into being a freight broker. I've taken the courses, I passed them with flying colors, and I'm ready for that next step. This company was within the corporate structure of the company I currently work for, and I was thinking, this would be a good way to kind of break in, get a better idea what I'm going to be doing, and I would be able to work with said company and build into where I might potentially, in about 5 or 6 years, be able to open my own brokerage house, model it on what I wanted to do, and be able to start moving forward with my own company and kind of set my hours, follow my own business model that I've built up and I've designed, and really have this fantastic movement and really enjoy my career at this point. Be able to work a lot more from home, have more time with family, have more time with friends, have more time doing the things I like to do, and not be, for all intents and purposes, not be married to the truck. Which, if you're a truck driver, is Chris Gatewood being a good friend of mine who will probably pick up this and listen to it later. Chris will be one of the first people to admit that if you are a driver, you are indeed married to that truck. You live in it, you sleep in it, you eat in it, you breathe in it, you fart in it, you live in that truck. And I'm ready to get away from that. So moving forward and moving on with what I want to do and how I want to do it, that's the next step. That's the next phase. So when I finally got back through and I'm talking to this company about why they decided they were not going to hire me, their reasoning behind it was, well, you see, we just don't have a position that is going to work for your skill set. And hey, what's going on, Chris? My God, are you outside cheesing it again?
Actually, I'm outside sitting on a motherfucking fork truck.
You're on a fork truck? Whoa! What the hell?
Part of the job, man. Part of the job.
So you get to burn shit tonight?
Fuck yeah.
Dude.
And I'm on overtime.
Wait, you're getting paid to burn shit? That's not even right.
Fuck, where's my beer?
I know, right? Dude, I was just talking about what happened with this interview, man. And I was right up to the point where they told me, well, we don't have anything that works specifically for your skill set per se at an entry level, and we don't feel like we would get the longevity that we really want out of an investment into you. And I was like, so what are you saying? Well, if we hire you, we just don't think we're going to have enough time with you where we're really going to get our money back. I said, okay, so what are you saying? Why don't you just be real with it and get out and say it?
You're overskilled and too old.
Pretty much. And that's what it boiled down to. I'm overqualified and I'm too old for them. And I'm going, after a little bit of retrospect and looking at it, I went, I could kind of see that.
Well, I think it sounds like it may be one of those companies that don't want to hire a guy that's been doing it for 30, 40 years. They want to hire some kid that they can teach to do their way instead of a guy that already knows what the fuck he's doing.
Right, exactly. I was looking around while I was in there, and the people I saw moving around in there, the average older age was around 25. And I'm going, basically what I'm seeing is you want to hire people cheap and go with it from there. And I'm going, that's, I hate to tell you folks, that's not cool, you know? Really should go ahead and take a little bit of time and hire people who know what the hell they're doing. If nothing else, then you have that presence on your floor to help the new generation really learn a lot of skills that are not there. And rather than putting it all on your management. And that's, you know, when you don't do that, that's essentially what you wind up doing is you wind up putting your management working with your team rather than getting back and doing what they need to do, and that's managing the company. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, and that's why I also encourage the younger generation. Fuck going to college. Go to trade school. Learn a skill. Work with your hands.
And don't be afraid of it. I mean, you know, look. I'm You've known me for a lot of years. I'm one of them people that I can work at a desk, I can work at a truck, I can work with my hands, I can problem solve and troubleshoot. There's a lot of different aspects to what I have the abilities to do, and I know that. And I'm not afraid to express that, you know. You are a guy that you're a lot the same way. You can work with your hands or you can work with your brain. It's either way.
Yeah. And like I said, the three biggest things, if you're going to continue your education after high school, I encourage anyone, the four biggest things to get into. HVAC.
Yeah.
Truck driving. Carpentry.
Right.
And welding.
Yeah. Those are four things that are never going to go away.
Nope.
Never. I mean, homes are structures that they do not last forever.
Hell no.
They're, you know when they say, oh, they don't make them like they used to? They're not lying.
No. They don't make dirt like they used to.
No, they don't. Fuckers. I miss dirt. But no, they don't make anything.
Because everyone always talks about the Great Chicago Fire.
Right.
I watched a documentary last night. You guys know that New York, particularly Manhattan, caught on fire and burned down 37 blocks of Manhattan in the late 1800s?
Yeah, I was aware of that. And then they did, just like they did in Chicago, they built right on top.
That rebuilt Manhattan.
And they did just like they did in Chicago. They rebuilt right on top of it.
Right on top, but instead of using lumber, they used brick.
Yeah. And I'll tell you what.
The only difference is in Chicago, you can still see a lot of that old architecture. New York,
done. Well, look at the Twin Towers site. Look at the 9/11 memorial and the Twin Towers site. I mean,
don't even get me started, man. Because did you know, like the Statue of Liberty was a gift from France, right?
Right.
Right after 9/11, I can't remember what country, but they gifted a sculpture of a giant pier. And it still is not where it was dedicated to be.
And it was dedicated to go into the 9/11 museum.
I thought it was dedicated to go to Ground Zero.
Well, yeah, that's at the 9/11 museum.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Okay, so let me kind of, I haven't seen it yet. I'm looking forward to, within about the next year or two, I'm going to hop a flight and go to New York just to see the differences. Because as you know, when I was flying out of the States for something, heading back to Germany while I was in the service. I think it was a prisoner transfer or something. I don't remember. But I had a layover for...
Hey, I was on that flight.
Yeah, right? I had a layover for about 18 hours at LaGuardia. So I left the airport. Now, mind you, this is pre 9/11. It was easy to get in and out of the airports. You know, you could actually walk up to the gate with somebody. You know, but I left the airport and I went
Hey,
and
TJ, you just
saw.
fell off the fork truck.
I noticed. Damn, I didn't know I was that drunk. But no, I went downtown Manhattan, and I actually got to go and see the Twin Towers. I went up the island. I saw the Empire State Building. I took a lot of time. I saw Times Square. I took a lot of time and really checked it out because I was like, I've never been to New York. I don't know if I'll ever get the chance to go back. So might as well do it, right? Hell, I even went and caught a Yankees game while I was waiting for my flight to Germany.
See, I would love to go to New York, but I'm afraid that if I got to New York, some shit would happen, the car would blow up, I'd start strumming and never fucking leave.
Probably.
You'll see
You'd end up in one of the boroughs.
Movies, Radio Man Part 2.
Right? You'd end up in one of the boroughs. You know, you'd be like down in Queens or something.
Nah. You'll find me under the Manhattan Bridge.
Oh, there you go. So, no, you know, I checked it out. So one of the things, I remember not only seeing the Twin Towers flying in and flying out, but I remember, like, standing there at the base of them looking up going, whoa, this is bigger than the Sears Tower. You know, I'm like, whoa. And really, as I'm looking up at these things, I'm sitting there wishing I had weed. Because it was just, they were that massive. And it's a part of that memory that when I flew in, I flew out, I remember seeing them. I've still got movies where you see the Twin Towers in the movies. You know, Crocodile Dundee. Both. Yeah, Escape from New York. Escape from New York, they landed on the Twin Towers.
Yeah. Gangs of New York at the end when they build up New York City.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many things I remember the Twin Towers. Ghostbusters.
Yep.
The original.
There's even a mention of the Twin Towers in the Ghostbusters.
Yeah. So, I mean, you know, the Twin Towers were such a big part of that history. And even something of my own personal history. I want to fly back and see the Ground Zero site now. And Ground Zero now, where the footprints are for WTC-1 and WTC-2, which was the Twin Towers, they're now like a cascading water pond that goes into the old basement. And all the names of the victims are etched in bronze inside that waterfall.
Right on.
Now, down underneath, downstairs, underneath, you know, like subway level, was a mall that was underneath the Twin Towers, like a shopping center. That is what is now the 9/11 Museum. And there's pieces of the Twin Towers. There's some of the original wall from the Twin Towers there. There is a lot of stuff that's down there. News footage from different people that covered it that day. Unfortunately, the bastards left out Howard Stern.
There's honestly three things in New York I would like to see.
Okay.
I would like to see Central Park.
Okay.
The Statue of Liberty.
That's cool.
And the USS New Jersey.
And that's all stuff you could see. I mean, I could probably go to New York and experience everything I want to experience, and it's going to take me a week.
Shit, I can do it in 2 days. USS New Jersey, and the Statue of Liberty, I can do at the same time.
But I mean, one of the things I want to fly up there for is to go to Ground Zero, go see the memorial now, what they've done, how they've done it, and experience that museum and that memorial and everything that they've done. You know, that's something that's rather important to me. Not only as somebody who experienced that day, like, you know, you and I both did, we've talked about this.
I will never forget where I was at and what I was doing.
No, I mean, none of us that experienced that will ever forget where we were on 9/11.
That's like the people that were alive when Kennedy was shot. They knew where they were and what they were doing. The Challenger explosion.
Oh, God,
yeah.
Kindergarten. Yeah, I was...
86, kindergarten or first grade. I remember I was in a classroom.
Let's see, 86 going into 87. I was in first grade. And, yeah, I remember they actually brought the TV in and we were watching it. Because it was such a big deal. Oh, we're going to watch a space shuttle take off. And
because the teacher, Sarah McAuliffe.
Yeah. And when that thing went and erupted, we're all like, oh.
And they were told by the engineers, don't do it. This gasket ain't working right.
Don't launch.
And they did it anyways. And did you know that it was actually, instead of the teacher, Sarah McAuliffe, she replaced somebody on the rocket. Do you know who she replaced?
No.
Big Bird.
You're kidding.
Nope. Big Bird was supposed to be on the Challenger, but the suit was too big.
I'll be damned. So no Big Bird.
Dude, that would have been. I think that would have been even more tragic.
Oh, dude, you would have had every kid under the age of 7 in America going, ooh!
It would have to have been the end of Sesame Street.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, granted, my favorite character on Sesame Street is still Oscar the Grouch, but...
Oh, it's a tie between him and Snuffleupagus.
Yeah, Snuffleupagus is pretty good, too.
Oh, no, that was the other. That was the Muppets. They were both Sesame Street and it was created by Jim Henson.
Well, yeah, you know what? That's what's wild. If you look back then at everything Jim Henson did, you had The Muppet Show, you had Fraggle Rock, you had Sesame Street. God, I think he even had a hand in making Yoda.
I'm not sure about that, but
Labyrinth, yeah. I forgot about Labyrinth.
And Muppet is a term exclusive to Jim Henson Creations. So a puppet is a puppet, but a Muppet is exclusive to Jim Henson.
Yeah. Oh, man. I mean, it's just...
I prefer Muppets over puppets. Dance your cares away. Worry for another day. Let the music play. Down a Fraggle
Rock. Oh, man.
But no, check this out, man. Fucking me and my wife, we actually have this whole East Coast trip planned out.
Right.
From Salem, Massachusetts, all the way down to Tree Hill, North Carolina.
Damn. So what happened?
And we're going to hit Salem, Massachusetts. We're going to see the three things in New York. We're going to hit Philadelphia. We're going to hit Salem, Boston, New York, Philadelphia, and then one other city. And then down the Outer Banks to North Carolina, South Carolina.
DC, maybe?
Yeah, we're going to hit DC, but I'm going to spend maybe 2 hours in DC.
I mean...
I got to see the guard at the Unnamed Soldier, and that's about it.
Well, you know, you could always drive by the Capitol building and flip them off. They're the reason our taxes are so high.
I'm afraid if I drive back past the Capitol building, I will be arrested for stopping to piss on it.
Tell them that they can't do that. They're infringing on your freedom of expression.
Right. Maybe not necessarily the Capitol building per se, but at least the fucking White House.
Now that one you'd have a problem.
I mean, if I could get a tour of the White House and just take a fucking piss on the desk in the Oval Office, I'd be happy.
I'd actually want to see the video of you being arrested for that, because I see the Secret Service arguing over who's going to fucking tackle you while you're standing there holding your thing and pissing all over Biden's paperwork. I really want to see that.
Get me a tour of the White House. I will drink a gallon of lemonade on the way in.
Oh my God, that's great. But no, man, I'm just, like I said, that East Coast thing, there's so much to do out there. Like, I want to go to Boston.
The fucking history of it all.
Yeah, I want to go to Boston, but I don't want to go to Boston for a normal reason.
Charleston, Richmond, Virginia.
And then Charleston, South Carolina.
There's also Charleston, West Virginia. I've been there. Place fucking sucks.
I think I stopped there to piss once.
I stopped there to go to a Bass Pro Shop and to eat a steak.
But no, I want to go to Boston to see the Red Sox in a game at Fenway.
I don't necessarily want to see the Red Sox, but I do want to see Fenway.
I mean, I want to go experience a game at Fenway. And I don't even care if the Cubs are playing. I just want to go see a game at Fenway.
Some of the old military forts. Harper's Ferry.
Harper's Ferry is near and dear to my heart. And I really want to go there. But that is because I'm military police. And the first repeater that was carried by the military police was the Harper's Ferry Pistols.
Right on.
And those are actually a part of the military police logo now, is crossed Harper's Ferry Pistols. So that's got a very personal meaning to me. I want to see that.
So next weekend, ladies and gentlemen, we are not going to be here.
No, we're not.
I'm going to be up in Illinois. I got a wedding.
I'm sorry.
A business meeting. And then it turns out I'm going to see Crash Karma after I'm done with the meeting.
You're going to see who?
Crash Karma.
You fucker. You fucking dick.
That's okay. Last night, Jim was at Taproot.
Uh-huh.
Oh, and I can't remember who else. Asking Alexandria, I think. Fuck, I know he's been able to go to some shows in the last couple weeks.
Right.
Fucking sucks because he keeps going up to the Forge in Joliet, and that was one of my old stomping grounds.
Oh, yeah, you know. Let's see. You're going to be doing that, and then that next weekend, I am going to the Johnson City Pig Roast, which is a pig roast. It's pork roast and bike rally, where I'll be camping all weekend. I'm in the poker run. There's going to be live music. I don't know all from who. And all of the proceeds go to the annual toy run and helping with improvements and staffing and everything at the Children's Home in Cherokee. So, I mean, these are a bunch of volunteers down there that have they've given a lot of their time and everything, and the bikers get involved helping out these unfortunate kids that are living in that children's home. You know, like, I'm going to sign up this year. You know, I try to make sure my kids have a good Christmas, but I'm going to sign up this year to do one gift for one kid. Because they get the toy list, and then literally everything on that toy list is either bought by volunteers or it is bought out of the funds from the pig roast. And they get everything they ask for.
You just made me think. I actually got really pissed off at a guy years ago because where I used to work, we do the Toys for Tots for the Marines.
Yeah, yeah.
And I actually had some very rare Hot Wheels cars that I threw in the Toys for Tots bins.
Yeah.
And I told one of the guys I worked with, hey, there's some very rare Hot Wheels cars in that Toys for Tots bins. They're pretty cool fucking cars. He's like, yeah, if I catch you taking them out, and I'm going to whoop your ass. I'm like, who the fuck do you think put them in there, dude? I put them in there. I ain't taking them.
Good Lord.
Fucking people.
And that gets me. Like people these days, and how they'll go to that extreme
to accuse someone of doing something before they're not even going to do.
Well, not even that. That the thought would actually cross your mind to do it in the first place.
Yeah.
That's Toys for Tots. That's for underprivileged kids so they can have a Christmas, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Why would you do that to a kid?
That's bullshit. I'll steal from Walmart first. Sam Walton family's got enough money.
No shit. I mean, oh God, that just annoys the shit out of me when I think about that. Things like that. It really does.
It does.
You've got to be one low-life motherfucker to steal from Toys for Tots of all things. I mean, you're a dirtbag if you do that.
Yeah. Just, and well, not even to steal, just to like have the thought of
just even you're a fucking dirtbag to even think like that. Like, why would you do that? Okay, like so I've got an ex. You see these donation bins all over little towns where you can put clothes and shit, right?
Yeah.
All right, so while this girl and I were together, I mean, I had money. It wasn't difficult to say, hey, I need to buy this for the kids or whatever. A really simple question. And I'd be like, oh, okay, here's a couple $100. Go get it. No. That's not, her brain was so fucked up. That's not how she thought. You know the one I'm talking about. Little midget fucking dope whore,
Okay.
All right. So her brain was that money is for her dope. She's got to have her dope. And if she needed clothes for the kids, she would go to one of those donation bins, have somebody hoist her inside of it, and she'd start throwing shit out of it to take home and sort through.
See, now that's messed up if you got money. But and I'll be honest with you, there was a point in my life when I got out of high school, I tried to get into the military, and I think if I would have gotten into the military, my life would have been way fucking different.
Yeah,
but I wasn't able to get in. So I had to do what I had to do with life. And unfortunately, at one point, I was broke, homeless, fucking my shoes. You could see my big toe through my shoes. Fucking, so I go into Goodwill. No money, broke as fuck, living in a tent. Put on a pair of shoes and just go to walk out. The lady freaks out. She's about to call the cops because I stole a $2 pair of shoes from Goodwill. Thankfully, there was a good Samaritan there that turned around and says, no, I'm paying for his shoes.
Right.
Like, this person at Goodwill was all for putting me in jail just for needing a pair of shoes.
Right. Dude, I've got a pair of shoes in there now, but those were, I got a pair of those shoes where my big toe's poking out of them, but that wasn't that I didn't have the money to buy them. It was just I was fucking lazy and I did not want to buy a pair of shoes. I finally got them broke in where they were comfortable. I was actually thinking about with those shoes going all Harley Davidson to Marlboro Man and wrapping them motherfuckers in duct tape.
I've done that with a few pairs of boots.
Yeah, I mean, and that's just it. Like, I look at a lot of these kids today and they talk about how they need this, they need that, they need this, they need that. And I'm going, wait, you don't know what need really is.
Yeah.
Like, wow. You could be covered on your parents' medical insurance until you're 20 fucking 6 now? What the hell is that shit?
Well, also, since you were in the Army,
Yeah.
your son qualifies for a GI Bill.
Yeah, he does.
Unfortunately, my dad was in way too long ago, and it's past the deadline. I can't qualify.
Right.
Or else I'd be taking Uncle Sam's money and going to college.
But my son's not looking at doing that. He's looking at getting his own way there. He's like, Dad, I don't want to use it. And I said, well, you qualify for it. It's there. And he goes, no, I don't want to use it. Okay. Go for it, kid.
Right on. But at the same time, like I say, don't go to college. Go to trade school.
Well, and he doesn't know what he wants to do yet. He's really leaning towards law enforcement. And I'm like, Bud, I understand. It's for the person that goes into law enforcement for the right reason, it's a very honorable profession.
It is. And like I said, I actually have a good friend here who is a police officer.
Right.
And he said, he went in it for the right reasons. And there's been times he's been very tempted to be corrupted.
And that's just it. It's right. That corruption is right there in front of your face for law enforcement every day of the week.
Yeah, and sometimes with some people, it's hard because you really can't bust them.
No, you really can't. I mean, I truly do think if you go into it for the right reasons, it's an honorable profession. And one of the biggest reasons you should be looking at going into law enforcement if you want to do it is because you genuinely want to help people. And if you're not going into it for that reason primarily, like you're going into law enforcement because you want to shoot a drug dealer or something, yeah, you're fucked up, man. But if you want to go into it to genuinely help people, then you're on the right track. And that was something that I can honestly say. Hey, we're riding on a forklift now. But that's something I can honestly say is I went into it in the military because I genuinely wanted to help people. I wanted to try to make a difference in somebody's life, and I hope I did. And make a difference in a good way. But, above and beyond that, I mean, writing tickets and all the politics and everything, it's all bullshit. I mean, who wants to write a ticket to somebody for smoking a fucking hitter?
Yeah, sorry, I got you calling.
No, I understand that. Whoa, I heard a noise. Huh? It's about to get loud, he says. So, here we go. Now we're going to ride on the forklift again and look at Chris's ear. Oh, okay. Say, what a lovely ear it is. At least we're not looking at Chris's beer. We just saw his ear. Oh, here we go. There's the forks. Now we're going to be forking around. I almost want to zoom in on this while he's doing this. And provide commentary just for fucking shits and grins. Forklift racing. Oh my god. Okay, so I don't know what he picked up, if anything. Oh, holy shit. Look at that fire. That is awesome. I would love a job where I could burn shit like that daily. Okay, so it looks like he's going to pick up some of these pallets and throw them into the fire with the forklift. Dude, look at that fire. That's a bonfire. My God. And I'm guessing he's going to sit out here and just keep an eye on it to keep the place from catching on fire and burning to the ground. That's awesome. Look at that. That is recycling pallets the best way possible. That is awesome. Anybody who's ever wanted to know what it's like to see a burning box, here it is. Not the box you want to see burning most of the time, and then you want to cause the friction that creates the burn. But, there you go, burning box. All right. Now he's moving again to go ahead and shove some more pallets onto the top of the fire, it looks like. Man, that is like a... Whoa, shit, here it comes back out. That's fucked up. Oh, man. So this is wild, you know? This is like, hey, look, I have a job where I get to burn shit. That's fucking wrong. The only thing I get to burn at work is fucking diesel fuel. Look at that bed of coals, though. That's like something some pygmy'd want to walk across. That's insane. Somebody get me a fucking hot dog. That is so cool. And the lights are out, so I'm assuming it's going to flip around here.
Say what now?
I was like, that is so cool, man. You got a bed of coals there that looks like some pygmy'd want to walk across it, you know? Devil stuff. Yeah.
Now it's going up again.
Fuck yeah, it is. I was kind of commentating like, look at this. Chris has learned how to burn box. Granted, it's not the burn you want. You know, you want to cause the friction and cause that burn all on your own. But...
Oh, shit.
What? Oh, shit, what?
Pen's gone.
Huh?
My pen's gone.
Your pen's gone. Well, I mean, at least it's, you know, not something more important. You still got your smokes and your Dr. Pepper. Did your pen wind up in the fire?
Oh, I hope not.
Why, what's up with that pen?
That's my dad's pen.
Oh. When you said your pen was gone, I was thinking like it was just a regular old Pilot G2. You know, like no big deal, but no, your dad's pen. No, you don't want to lose that one.
Shit!
What?
I ran it over with a fucking fork truck.
Oh no! How bad is it? Oh! Dude, you're gonna have to go to Flower. Did it work?
Nope.
Oh, I was gonna say, if that fucker worked after that, I was gonna be pissed. Oh, you gotta be shitting me. You've gotta be fucking kidding me. That fucker decided to work just because I said I'd be pissed if it worked after getting run over by a forklift, that motherfucker. That motherfucker did that on purpose.
Still fucking pisses me off.
God damn. What brand is that? I know people who I need to recommend that to.
That's an Ooze battery with a Casino Wars cartridge.
Okay. You said an Ooze battery?
Yep.
With a Casino Wars cartridge. Okay. I know people I'm recommending that to, and I can say honestly, I have seen this get run over by a forklift and fucking work afterwards. Oh my God, I cannot believe that shit. I seriously cannot believe that shit. He ran the motherfucker over with a forklift and it's still fucking working. My God.
No, what's messed up is I found it in the fucking dark.
No shit. Alright, so you ready to hear something fucking retarded?
Sure.
Alright, so I'm sitting here and I'm online today, this afternoon, before we started the show, and I'm applying for different jobs, right? And so I'm busy with doing that, you fucker. How the fuck do you get so lucky? God damn. Well, anyway, I'm applying.
I like to call it. Well, luck, I guess.
Oh, there you go. So I'm sitting here, I'm applying for different jobs, right? And trying to get out of the truck and move on to that next step in my career. So I'm busy with it. I grab my phone. I don't do it very often. I have it DoorDash. I have my dinner DoorDash to my place. I'm still sitting in here. I'm working. I'm doing what I need to do. Well, I look out the window. I got the curtain up for a change, and I look out the window, and my neighbor is over peeping what I got ordered. And it's the second time it's only the second time I've used DoorDash. And it's the second fucking time he's done this, right? And I'm like, dude, it's my fucking dinner. Why do you need to know what I mean? Why do you need to know what I'm doing, period? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I mean, he's over here just, what? He's up my ass with everything, man. Now, for those of you that don't know, I live in a big-ass fucking motorhome. On property that's owned by my grandfather, okay? And when I talk about my neighbor, he lives in a travel trailer right next to me, like practically on top of me. Now, if
When
he
he
wants
takes
some,
the shit in the morning, you know about it.
yeah, pretty much. Well, I'm usually at work by then, but so dude, and this is the coach is pretty well insulated. I mean, you got to be on top of this coach to hear what I'm saying or hear what I've got on the TV or any of that. I mean, you literally got to be on top of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
His is not quite that way. Like, I'll open the door and I'll sit down on the steps and I'll have a smoke, and I could hear his TV 30 feet away blasting through the wall. I could turn my TV up to 50, close the door on this coach. It's blaring in here. I don't hear it outside of the coach.
See, and that's what I tell my wife. We need to buy land instead of buying a house. Get an old RV from the 80s. Get land with electric and septic. Put the RV on it while we build a house.
Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. I mean, the only thing is,
we get our house built and we move in,
then you got the RV to travel.
Hmm?
You got the RV to travel.
Exactly.
I mean, once I have this thing paid off to my grandpa, I honestly don't see myself living anywhere else. I really love living in the RV. But I mean, the way that, and we went through and I showed you the pictures of everything, dude. I mean, this is not exactly a small RV. 3 slide outs, queen size bed. I've got my TV hanging up over the driver's seat. I've got a washer dryer on board, big full size bathroom. It's everything I could want in a 1-bedroom apartment, And it's, the nice thing about it is it's completely furnished. I don't have to fuck around with furniture.
Well, that's my plan. I'm gonna.
Now, what's the wife say though?
Well.
She's fighting
as I
you.
love my wife, unfortunately, I don't see her living that long.
You what?
Unfortunately, I mean, I don't see my wife. I don't see us living into our golden years together. I mean, she's not the greatest health, diabetic. She might be around in 25 years.
Well, I mean, diabetes, if it's properly managed.
She properly manages it for a little while and then drops off for a month and tries to get back on it. It's not easy.
No, it's not. It's not. I mean, as you know, I lost a friend of mine, very close friend of mine, to diabetes quite a few years ago.
Especially when she was married to me. I mean, human garbage disposal that actually had a diet of Coca-Cola and Hershey bars for a good portion of my roaring 20s.
Right. And cocaine.
That's it, yeah.
I mean, Eric Clapton knew all about it. Cocaine.
Well, when I went to the doctor after my accident, they're like, "There's a broken neck is from a previous injury." I'm like, "Cool. When did I do it?" And they're like, "You don't know?" And I'm like, "No." And then I was sitting there talking to my doctor, and I explained the injury, and she's like, "That could have done it. But how did you get up and walk away from that?" I just stood there and, whoa, cocaine is a hell of a drug.
There you go. You want to not feel anything? Cocaine.
Mr. Ness, I thought you didn't do drugs. I said, I don't anymore.
Don't do any less either. Oh.
Well, anymore, like I said, I just smoke weed.
Well, yeah. I mean, and I've known that for years. But you gave up all the hardcore shit, and it's just weed.
Yep, I actually quit doing drugs. I literally put a crack pipe down in the middle of it and fucking said, I'm good. When I was like 26 years old.
And then walked away. And there's not a lot of people that have that kind of willpower where they could just go, no, I'm fucking done. I'm good.
Well. My aunt sat there and just looked right at me and says, you're a real asshole when you smoke that shit. And I looked at her and said, really? And I don't want to do it no more. And that's the reason I put it down.
Really?
Yep.
Because you're a real asshole.
I just. No, you think I'm an asshole now. You see me on cocaine. I'm a real fucking asshole.
Well, the people that...
It's one of those things that brings it out of people.
Yeah, it really does. I mean, it brings out the worst. And you don't realize it. I mean, now, you can get that good high with a good quality cocaine, and you're the life of the party. Or you can get that shitbag high, and you're a fucking dick. But
yeah, that's true. It's kind of like weed. There's weed that makes you just want to sit there and go out, and there's weed that makes you want to be the life of the party.
Right. I mean, you can either go ahead and get the one that's going to just make you go, ooh, indica and Twinkies.
Yeah.
Or you get the one that makes you want to get into the car and you feel like you're going 90, but really you're so fucking stoned you're only doing 15.
I thought we were parked, man.
I didn't know I could go this fast in reverse, man.
All right. I'll be back.
All right. Oh, I hear a forklift. I think we're going to see some more playing with the wood.
Nah, we're going back to the shop now. Fire looks pretty good and stable.
Oh, okay. So, yeah. I mean, like I said, now, as I was telling Chris to kind of talk about this neighbor a little bit more and where I'm at with it, like, I got the bike, and I wanted to take the bike to and from work. I was excited to be riding my bike to and from work, and there's that busted fucking pin. So I'm riding, I bring it home. Now, when I got to go to work, I get up between 1:30 and 2 in the morning, and I've got to go to work. I go out, I get on the bike, I take off, I get back. When I get home, my uncle, he says, oh yeah, your neighbor had a little bit of a problem with you starting that bike an hour after he went to sleep. And I was like, what, really? This guy doesn't even care about what I'm doing. He'll come in here all hours of the day and night, wake me up. I don't want to hear it. And he goes, well, I understand, but he said, it got a little too loud and he didn't like that. I said, I don't care. I don't care. No. So if I can't ride my bike home, then he can't bring his home. That's where I stand with it. Well, there's been a lot more going on, and it's aggravating me. Now it's aggravating my uncle, which means it's going to start aggravating my grandpa soon, and God help anybody at that point. That's never a good place to be. When the old man gets aggravated, be somewhere else. I like to try to be anywhere but here. And that, I've got a life. I live my life. I enjoy my life. So next weekend, and I think Chris will agree, I want to try to do a show during the week before we get involved on our weekend stuff, and just make sure we get one done this week for you guys, because I know we haven't been real consistent. We had like a month and a half of consistency, and then we took a massive shit on it because we're both active people. We're both busy guys, But I do want to try to do one show at least during the week this week, so we can give you that before we have our individual fun shit that we're going to be doing this weekend. Like, Chris has got to go to a wedding, have a business meeting, and then he gets to go to a concert. I'm going to a bike rally, and I'm going to look at titties. And I notice that Chris has nothing to say to that.
Sorry, I'm looking at the fire from here.
Dude, you did good with that fire.
Oh, and it's still going.
But yeah, like I said, I want to try to do one this week, and I think you'll agree with me on that before we go do our weekend shit. Man, that does look pretty good from even there. What the hell? Dude, that looks all right, man. God, you really got it going.
And I'm about 400 yards, 500 yards away right now.
Yeah, I noticed, because it took you a little bit to get up there on the forklift. But no, like I said, I want to try to do that because next weekend...
Man.
Dude, whoa. Damn, you fucked that all the way up.
Yeah, we did. Holy shit.
But yeah, I want to try to do a show this weekend, or this week, before we do all our... You've got the wedding, the business meeting, and the concert. I've got a bike rally, and I'm going to look at titties. So I think we both have stuff that's relatively important and fun to do this weekend. I'm looking forward to it, man. I can't wait.
Hell yeah.
Wet t-shirt contest. It is a bike rally. It's going to happen.
So, oh my God, check this out.
Oh, what do you got?
This has been my weekend. I had to clean out this shipping container. I told you about that, right?
You were telling me about that this morning, yeah.
Okay. That box is sorted and priced.
Oh my God.
Everything on the pallets is sorted by size.
Holy shit.
Everything on the floor still needs to be sorted.
Oh my God.
All of them pulleys. Sorted by size.
And priced, right?
No, those aren't priced yet. They're just sorted by size. But I also have 2 pallets of hydraulic arms that are sorted and priced.
Holy shit.
And we'll go back.
So do you get to get back to your regular work tomorrow then?
Oh, hell no. This is the job until it's done.
Holy fuck.
Let's see if we can.
Wait, you got Timken parts in there?
Huh?
You got Timken parts in there?
Yeah, that's all pillow bearings and 4-bolt bearings. That's all sorted.
Holy shit.
That is all sorted. Martin sprockets. And then all them electrical panels.
Oh my God. I'm getting tired just looking at it.
Sorted and gone through. These are the hydraulic arms. God damn it, I can't. Where's my fucking flashlight?
I'm getting tired just looking at all of that.
Here we go.
Damn.
Yeah, why do you think I've been getting such fucking headaches lately?
No shit.
All the hydraulics, all the fucking knuckles, all that electrical shit.
And they're not letting you out of there until it's done.
Oh no! I've kind of like this morning. I did it for 4.5 hours. Went home, got stoned, took a nap, watched TV, and then I just came back to do a little bit more and light the fire.
Damn. Now, what about during the work week, like the actual week, Monday through Friday?
I started this project on Wednesday.
Wow.
And if I can get it done by Wednesday, I will be happier than pigs and shit.
Yeah, obviously.
Because Wednesday at lunchtime I am leaving and I am out of here.
And you are not coming back for the weekend.
Nope, I am not coming back till Tuesday.
All right. So while you are in Illinois, I would like you to do me a favor.
What's that?
Please do not go to jail.
I don't intend to.
Please do not urinate on a cop, as tempting as it is in Livingston County. Or Grundy County, for that matter. Or Will County. God, ooh, I'd urinate on a cop in Will County pretty easily.
I think I have. Will County, yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Because a Will County cop, all he'd have to do is look at me and say, "You don't have the balls," and then I'd unzip.
If I didn't pee on the cop, I at least peed on his car.
All right, so what's the temp up there like today?
The weather?
Yeah, like right now, what's it like?
Oh, it's fucking beautiful outside. Hold on. 58 degrees.
Okay, that's what it is in Springfield. I don't have my phone near me, so I can't look up where I'm at right now. Good old Kingsland, Texas. I'm guessing you have my weather on your phone.
No, that's my weather here. 56, kind of chilly. Fuckers down here. The one guy. Or no, that was you. I turned on my heat the other day.
Well, dude, I told you today I turned it on. Turned it on this morning for a couple of different reasons. Like, one is I hadn't checked the heat pumps yet for the winter and getting ready for the winter, you know. And I needed to make sure they were ready for this winter because I know we're going to get a blast and it's going to drop us down this year. And then number two, you know, it was actually pretty chilly on us last night. Motherfucker. There. This fucking computer wants to be a dick.
So. Hold on, check this out.
There we go. 70 degrees right now currently in Kingsland.
So there's my little box.
Right.
I added the shelf to put my original box on the side.
Right.
But I have a drawer in this box that I think every toolbox in the fucking world needs.
Oh, yeah? What's that one?
Hold on.
The lock box? Oh, my God.
One drawer, strictly for cans of Monster.
Well, depends on what you drink, but everybody's got that drawer. That works in their toolbox, everybody has that drawer. Mine is actually full of Lipton iced tea.
Right on.
Because, I mean, I drink the hell out of my iced tea now. And no, I don't drink sweet tea. It's unsweet tea.
I don't know why. Hold on, I'll be right back in just a minute.
All right. So I wonder what's going on there. So anyway, yeah. I mean, we've just got... Chris and I have been trying to reconcile schedules so we could start getting things moving in the right direction and be able to broadcast a little more, be a little more regular with it, be a little more serious. But I mean, the biggest thing we're doing right now, we're just having fun. I'm not out to win any awards. I'm done with worrying about that. I'm promoting the stuff that I like Morning Disaster on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday for free, or you could get a subscription. $5 a month is the beginning price. There are multiple tiers, and like with me, I'm a tier 4 subscriber, so I pay around $15 a month, and I get a bunch of different stuff. I've got a classic one to listen to every day of the week. I've got new bits to listen to every day of the week from the old stuff. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I have new content to listen to on top of the free shows. Sunday, I get a new show to listen to, which, like I said, is Cooking for the Poors today. I'm looking forward to listening to that. Monday, they do a trivia show called Trivial Disaster. You have so much going on with the subscription content that the 3 free shows at that point actually feel like the bonus if you are a subscriber. And then everything else is just this amazing setup. So I look at Ray and I see where he's gone with everything and how he's progressing, and I'm extremely happy for him. They're in the running again for Best of Springfield in the Illinois Times. I hope they win it. I genuinely have a sincere hope that they win it, and I think they will. But, you know, I mean, there's just that's kind of like the different stuff that you see over the years. There's another group that they're in the running for it. I don't really think this is the time for them to win it. If they do, fine. If they don't, fine. No skin off my nose, whatever. That's not my place and not my problem and not my circus and not my monkeys. Pretty much. You have a lot of things that are going on all over the place. Of course, next weekend is going to be the bike rally. The following weekend, I don't know if I'm going to make it back in time on Saturday to do a show because I'm in a barbecue cook-off. And I've got to go and cook the chicken and get it ready. We've got a guy cooking brisket, one cooking ribs, one lady cooking beans. We got a cobbler getting cooked in the pit. We got a lot of things going on. And I'm not looking at anything actually slowing down around here until the end of October. I mean, October turned into a very busy month in a very short order. Matter of fact, next week I need to get my leg quarters, and I got to get everything ready to start soaking them down and get them ready to go onto the grill. This week when I'm not working, I'm kind of focusing on getting my resume out to different people, doing what I can to try to move my career forward and get out of the truck. Of course, enjoying the shit out of my bike, and enjoying the fact that we are finally getting out of that extreme triple-digit weather that we were in for almost 3 months consecutively. All of us were getting our asses kicked throughout all of that. We were getting our asses beat with that weather. It was terrible. Finally, it's starting to cool off. Finally, we're able to breathe. Finally, we're able to enjoy what this great state really does have to offer for all of us. Today was my first day in months where I went out golfing, and I went with a friend of mine. And not only did I go out golfing, I went out golfing and I actually enjoyed playing the game because I was not sweating to death trying to get out there and hit the ball. And I really enjoyed playing today. It was comfortable. It was an enjoyable day on the golf course. We had a good time. I can't really complain at all about how the day went. I really can't. We had a good time. Then went and had brunch over at one of my favorite spots. Took off from there. I came home. I literally walked in the door and I sat here for maybe an hour, and then I went back and I took a nap and got up, ordered my dinner, started checking on different jobs that are available throughout the Austin and the San Antonio areas and where I want to go to work, and ordered my dinner, and then I started the show. And I didn't want to start it at 7 because I knew Steve was doing Cooking for the Poors. But I went ahead and I did it anyway because I'm like, all right, well, anybody can come back and they can watch this. I'm going to go back and watch Cooking for the Poors. There are certain programs that come on that I like to watch, but I can't because I'm in bed. I'm sleeping for work the next day. But everything being considered, all things being equal, the one thing about this new era is the way our technology works. You can always go back and see something whenever you want to, and you're not constrained to a time slot. And I really enjoy that. I can honestly say that Texas has been pretty good to me. I am well aware that there are a lot of people that really, truly disagreed with this move. And that's fine. I understand. I made the move, and this is something that I want to clarify. We never really got into it. and we're going to get into it for a little bit tonight before I end the show. I made this move to Central Texas from Central Illinois for a multitude of reasons. While I was in Central Illinois, I felt like I was going nowhere. I felt like my life got ground into neutral. I didn't feel on multiple different levels as if it was progressing the way I wanted it to. For the most part, and a lot of people don't know this because I covered it up very well, but to be very honest about it, I was miserable. I was depressed. It's hard for me to admit because in my mind it shows weakness. I was borderline suicidal. I didn't say anything to anybody about that. I was trying to press forward. I was burying my depression in some pretty tough humor. Trying to fake it until I make it, basically. But the fact of the matter is that at the end of the day, I was extremely depressed. I was extremely dissatisfied with how my life had gone. I was bordering suicidal. To be honest, there was not a day that went by that I didn't really think about it. And I really did. I allowed myself into some situations that if I was a little more balanced and stable, I never would have. I never would have allowed myself to be near that type of a situation like I was. There was a couple of them I was in that never would have happened. There were some things in my life that there was catalysts that moved forward that were positive, but my own depression and my own suicidal ideologies were idiosyncronous with that, and it was very much a cancellation. It canceled each other out. I was satisfied with my career and what I had done at that point and how far I had come with it, but I was not satisfied with the state of my career, if that makes any sense. I wanted it to be on more stable footing. As far as having my job, I was stable there. Don't get me wrong, the place I worked and the lady I worked for was a wonderful place to be. It was my own misery with my own situation that made it difficult for me. During that last year up there, I took 2 vacations down here. One was for a week, and one was for 10 days. And during both of those vacations, I really relaxed, and I had just this great time, and I made good friends, and things really went my direction. And I felt like they went my direction. It felt like this was finally where I needed to be. And it was after the first vacation I really got to thinking and discussing it with my cousin and saying, look, I can't say this to my friends at the time because all they're going to do is browbeat me and knock me down and tell me how I'm just overreacting or whatever. They're going to find an excuse to make it all in my mind rather than me actually evaluating things out. And they were good at that. So I evaluated with my cousin, who was and is still probably my best friend and the most brutally honest person I know. And when we discussed this, he looked at me and he says, man, I don't want to see you leave. He goes, I look forward to our weekends golfing, our hunting trips, our chasing around at the bars, our everything that we've done together over the years, and especially the last few years that I lived in Illinois. I mean, and our coffee mornings on a Sunday morning, we really meshed very well, and he's somebody I respect and trust his opinion. And he looked at me and goes, as much as I can honestly say I'm going to miss all of that. He goes, and I really will. I said, yeah. He goes, you were happiest when you lived in Las Cruces, New Mexico. And he goes, you didn't think about anything. He goes, you may have thought about everything up here for the first year, maybe two. But after that, you gave a crap less. And he goes, and honestly, I think if you move down there, within the first year, you're going to be at a point where you don't give a crap about what's going on in Illinois. And you'll be in a better position. So I made the move. And it was really heavily based on him saying that, I was honestly going to be a lot better off not being there. Now, everybody, don't get me wrong. The move has not been easy. I got down here. There were months that things were unstable. They were uncertain. There was a point where I really did wonder if I made the right decision. But I sat back and I thought to myself, I made the decision. I'm going to see it through. I need to give it at least a year. The New Mexico move was not any easier than this one. And I needed to see it through. So I did. I dug down, I doubled down, and I saw it through. And in all honesty, at this point now we're at the beginning of October. Things have finally started to settle down. I'm enjoying my life again. Like, I know I got to go to work. I got to go to work, and in about 4 hours or 5 hours, 6 hours, I've got to get out the door and go to work. I'm cutting into my sleep right now. Thank God I took that nap. But I got to go to work tomorrow. I got to run this load. I got to get it done. And I know when I get home, everything I've worked for presents itself here, now, today, every day. And what I've accomplished here, I'm really proud of. And instead of going to bed now depressed and lonely and tossing and turning and everything else, I go to bed satisfied. And I get up the next day satisfied and happy. And I'll tell you, I think that's one of the biggest things I could pass and impart to anybody is you're no good to anyone else around you unless you're good to yourself first. There were some people that were around me up there that the only reason they wanted me there was to get what they could get. Their true colors since I've been here have been revealed in spades. But that's what they were after. What they could get out of me and how they could use and abuse me to make themselves feel good, knock me down, while making it look like it was okay. And it took me being here to realize it. And that's not right for anybody. And they know who they are. I can honestly say, since the move, I have stabilized. I have gotten better. I no longer have the suicidal thoughts on a daily basis. Matter of fact, they don't even really creep into my mind anymore. I get up excited for the next day. Even if it's a day as simple as I go to work, I come home, I go out and I have a couple out at Pat's, or I hop on a bike and I ride to Reverend Jim's, or I go do whatever I go do after work. And I only do it for a couple hours, and then I come home and I take a shower and I go to bed. Even something as simple as that gives me the joy that I was missing in Illinois. And I'm thankful for that. I'm grateful for that. You have to be good to yourself before you can be good for anyone else. It's so true and yet so difficult to actually accomplish because you get weighed down by what you think you should do. And the one thing I can tell everyone, whether you think it's right or not, you need to step back. You need to take some time. And instead of listening to your brain all the time, let your heart talk. That's the real test. Your heart will tell you what you need to know. But you have to be able to listen. Everyone, I want to thank you for tuning in to Amigos, even if you were on here for a couple of minutes. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed the show tonight. We got to see fire. We got to talk about different stuff going on. We really had a good time. So, I'm going to log off of here and get some sleep for work tomorrow, as I've got to go deal with Houston traffic again. And Chris has got a lot of sprockets to count. We will try to do something midweek this week. I'll keep you guys posted. In the meantime, take care. God bless. Good luck. And we'll see you soon. Good night.